Usman, happy there, mate, with that, surely?
Listen, 3 points first and foremost is the most important thing. You know, we've had a long break. For me personally, a lot of positives from the game. Of course, the performance in the first half, in particular the first 25 minutes, was absolutely sensational. We haven't seen us start that quickly for a long time. We had that impetus from the get-go, which is something that we complain about consistently. However, for me, after the 2-0 period, I was a bit disappointed in the fact that we weren't ruthless and we didn't kill them off. In particular, the final third, I thought we were making a lot of mistakes, and we're going back to that Manchester United in terms of sloppiness that we've seen throughout the entire season. But all in all, fantastic performance.
Who stood out more for you tonight? Who is a standout? A lot of people have picked out Casemiro. It's an obvious one. He was superb. Anyone else there tonight for you that's took the opportunity there that you can see definitely starting next week?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, Casemiro is the standout without a shadow of a doubt. I think for me personally, alongside Casemiro, there's another player in the team that's world class, and I think undeniably he has shown it throughout the entire of his career, and it's Rafael Varane. I mean, for me personally, you know, Lisandro Martinez even has been absolutely a breath of fresh air at the back for Manchester United, but Varane, we have to keep this guy fit at all costs. Just even watching him in the warm-up, for me, his leadership, he's talking to Malacia, he's talking to Wan-Bissaka. Of course, we had a back line with Luke Shaw and centre-back, and Varane, for me, showed his leadership. You know, he's not potentially the most vocal, but he shows his leadership on the pitch. He's extremely calm, and that transcends throughout the entirety of the team. Obviously, with Casemiro in front of him, that sort of triangular position allows us to have that sort of attack as well. It has a base for us to actually attack. So for me, Varane alongside Casemiro is extremely integral for anything moving forward for Manchester United.
That's it. Busy period coming up now, mate. Cup competitions. 4 counts basically. Europe, we got the Carabao Cup, we got the FA Cup, game after game after game. The squad was looking thin tonight. The starting lineup said that. We've got a bout of flu going through the team. I don't know what it is, a sickness bug. But January's here as well. We've not got much hope in terms of spending any money. How confident are you in what we've got right now, the crop we've got with Martial and Rashford coming back to form, Garnacho to come on, Elanga jumping at the bit to get on. Donny had an alright cameo tonight as well. Can we do it with what we've got? Realistically?
I personally think we're sure. I mean, I think, for me personally, regarding the front line in particular, I think, at the end of the day, Martial, I love him to bits. However, he's shown already this season he's extremely injury prone. If Martial hypothetically was to get injured, obviously touch wood, God forbid as well. Yeah, for me personally, we're in dire straits if Martial was to get injured. Anthony for me wasn't particularly fantastic. Of course, we know with Sancho, the situation going on there, and Garnacho is only a youngster, regardless of how fantastic he's been since he's got into the team. For me personally, without a shadow of a doubt, at least one attacker short. You know, you can say what you want about Ronaldo. At the end of the day, he's still an option off the bench even. So for me, I think we need an out-and-out number 9. Regarding the midfield, as you mentioned, Van de Beek had a great cameo, which hopefully would leave him in good stead moving forward. But for me, we have to bring in another attacker if we're going to have any success throughout the entirety of the season.
Yeah, that's it. Midfield options sort of coming in there. We've got Casemiro in there, Bruno, Ericsson. Fred came on, did his bit. McTominay's ill at the moment. Does look like we're okay there. The forward line, I mean, Rashford, Ten Hag said he's going to score 20 league goals this season. It's the best I've seen him in the United shirt, mate. I mean, can you see Rashford hitting them numbers? Going to that next level, which we're going to need him to, mate, if we aren't going to have that extra player come in, especially in that forward position, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, Rashford's more than capable of putting up those numbers. To be fair to Rashford, he has showed in the past that he has done that consistently. Of course, that season himself, Martial, another attacker, obviously put up fantastic numbers, and then Rashford actually was the only one out of the 3 to actually back you up the season after. I think numbers isn't really an issue for me personally with Rashford. I think he has the capabilities of scoring goals, as we've seen on the international stage as well. I think for me, regarding Rashford, it's down to confidence. I mean, you've seen Rashford in the cup midweek as well. As soon as he scored that goal, that swagger, he's starting to take players on. He's putting the ball through players' legs, and you see a different Rashford. I think for him, similar to Martial, they're very much confidence players, and I think that's what it comes down to for Rashford. As long as he's playing well, regardless of if he's scoring or not, I think pardon me, he'll always have that option in the final third. So regarding Rashford, I have no qualms regarding his stats. I just think for me, consistently, I want to see him influence the game. He's more than capable of doing that, and that's what I want to see more from him, more so rather than the numbers, so to speak.
Yeah, that's it. Usman, absolutely brilliant to talk to you again,
Thank you,
mate.
Thanks, a pleasure as always.
Cheers, buddy. Thank
Cheers.
you.